Okay. So in the lecture 4, we will be dealing with your insulators. Okay. So actually, the title of the unit 3 is mechanical design of your lines, overhead lines. So in this, we have seen about the SAG. Okay, SAG we have completed. So another important topic in this unit is about the insulators. You have to know about the insulators. So insulators, in general, it's nothing but the equipments which doesn't allow any kind of conduction through it. Okay. So another one important thing about the insulator is these are protective devices. So in a transmission system, so these insulators are nothing but your protective devices. So they will be mainly used for protection purpose. Okay. Uh, so what it protects means in the transmission line there might be short circuit fault. So whenever there's short circuit fault, what happens is that there will be increase in the current value. Okay, there might be increase in the current value. When the current increases, it might damage the transmission grid. Okay, so for that purpose, you will be having the insulators in the line. Okay, you will be having insulators in the line. So here, these insulators will be having separate these supports your electrical conductors on high voltage electricity. Okay. So, for example, we might have seen in your substations. So, in the substations, there will be some ceramic disc-like structures. Okay. So, I'll be showing the pictures of the insulator, so you'll be getting a clear-cut idea. So, this insulators will be of different shapes. Okay, based upon the application and the voltage level, it will be of different shapes. Okay. Including individual or string of discs. Okay, I'll be explaining about this in the upcoming slides. So, but you have to know how these insulators are made up of. So that is a very very important thing concept you have to know. So the insulators are made up of polymers. So polymers, it is nothing but the chemical compounds. Okay, uh, with carbon in it. Okay, but the structure will be somewhat complicated. So in chemistry, you might have studied about the polymers. Next is glass. So glass is a very great insulator. Uh, Next is your porcelain. So in general, we will be making use of this porcelain only. Common. Okay. So each will be having different densities, tensile strength. So as I said, based upon the voltage range, based upon the voltage rating and the range, we will be selecting the type, what type of insulator you have to use. Okay. So moving on, so there are several types of insulators. So these are the different types, totally five types, starting with your pin type insulator. So we'll be seeing each and every one. Pin type insulator, suspension type insulator, exhaust state insulator, strain insulator, or shackle type insulator. So we'll be seeing about each and everything. So this is your pin type insulator. So this you can easily see in near your local area itself. Okay. So here the conductor will be wound over this. So here you can see there is a groove like structure. So in this groove, the conductor will be running. Okay. So you might be clear. Okay. So the name suggests it is a pin. So you can see it will be like a pin structure. So it is a pin like structure. So it is called as a pin type insulator. Okay. So that's the main reason for it. So as I said, there is a groove on the upper end of the insulator for housing the conductor. So over this only the conductor will be moved. So in case of a very high current passing over this conductor means, so this insulator limits it. Okay. So this insulator limits the current. Okay, so that's the main purpose of it. Okay, the conductor passed through this groove is bound by annealed wire. Okay, so annealing process you might have studied. Okay, so that is anneal means nothing but over the conductor a zinc coating will be given. Okay, so next is this is a cross section of your pin type. So here you can see very clearly. So here is the groove. Okay, so it is a cross section. So and over here the pin structure, and here it will be mounted on the cross arm bar. Okay, so as I said, based upon the voltage rating only, you will be selecting the type of the insulator. So for selecting the pin type insulator, so the rating what you will be need is you will be using up to 33 kV, up to 33 kV voltage means we have to go for your pin type insulator. Okay. Beyond this, you cannot go for this pin type as it becomes too bulky and it will be uneconomical. Okay, so that's the main reason. So moving on. So here they have given the same thing up to 33 kV. So this is the another other diagrams of your pin type insulators. So you already know they have been secured with lead bolts at the cross arm bounds. Okay. So next is a suspension type insulator. Okay. So where the suspension type will be used means greater than 33 kV. So this also you might have seen near your EB office. Okay. So this is a suspension type insulator. So each disk plays a this is called as disk. So each disk will be for a certain amount of voltage. Okay. Each disk will be for a certain amount of voltage. Okay. Uh, so this is what they will be calling as a porcelain discs. So porcelain is nothing but ceramic. Ceramic. Porcelain is nothing but ceramic. Okay. So here you can see how it will be in the conductor. In the pin type here you can see the conductor will be hosed above the insulator. But in the suspension type, it's clear that so this is your tower structure. This is your tower. And this is your line conductor. And here the conductor will be suspended below the insulator. Okay. So that's what here they are saying. It will be suspended at the bottom end. Okay. So the number of discs in series would obviously depend upon the working voltage. As I said, for each disk there will be specific amount of voltage level. Okay. For example, if you are working at the voltage of 66 kilovolt means you need 6 discs. Hence, if you are working at 11 kV means you need you need one disk. Okay. So this is the main formula behind this suspension type insulator. So based upon the number of discs itself, you can specify the voltage. It is possible. If you are going near the EB station and if you are seeing the this kind of suspension insulator, you can just count the number of discs over there and you can calculate with this concept. Okay, for 11 kV it need one disc means then how much discs are there with respect to that you can easily find the total voltage level. Okay. Uh, so they are cost effective for higher voltages. So these kind of insulators are very much useful in case of your higher voltages. Okay. So this is be used as an alternative for multiple pin type insulator. If you need a more number of pin type insulator means that kind of pin type insulators can be replaced by this suspension type insulators. Okay. So this is another one diagram of your suspension type. Mainly it is a cross-sectional diagram. So as I said in the previous slide, so that's what it's repeating. They will be mainly used for high voltage support. So there are three types of suspension insulators. One is cement cap suspension insulator. Another one is interlinking or Hewlett suspension insulator. So it is your Hewlett. It is your cement. Final one is the link or core suspension insulators. Okay. So advantage of the suspension type insulator. So the first advantage is that, as I said, it can be used beyond your 33 kV. The next one is that each unit of the disc suspension type insulator is designed for low voltage, usually 11 kV. Hence, if you are designing for 11 kV means you can go for this kind of suspension type insulators also. Okay, but it is not possible to use this insulator below 11 kV. Okay, so it is basically used for above 33 kV. Can also be used for 11 kV to 33 kV. Also, it can be used. Okay, but less than 11 kV means it is not advisable. Okay, so depending upon the working voltage, the design number of ticks can be connected. So as I said in the previous slides, if any one of the discs is damaged, the whole string need not be replaced. This you already know. If any one of the discs is damaged, this you can just separately remove that disc column. Okay. So this suspension arrangement provides a greater flexibility and support to the line, and it will be mainly reduces the stress over the line. So that's what they are saying. In case of a pin type, you have to bolt over the groove of the pin type insulator over here. So this causes a stress over the conductor itself. Okay. So the fifth one is the fifth one is in case of increased demand on the transmission line, it is found more satisfactory to supply greater demand by raising the line voltage. Okay. So what they are saying is that suddenly if there is a demand rise, that is nearby they are opening industry means demand might be increasing. So at that time, at the initial stage itself, if they are placing the transmission line with the suspension type insulator means they no need to replace any kind of insulator. They can directly meet out the demand. Okay. The suspension type insulators are generally used with steel towers. So this you can expect for 1 mark. So what kind of towers they'll be using for suspension type insulators means they'll be going for a steel towers. Okay. So this is with respect to your lecture. Okay. This is the end of the lecture, and